Hello everyone, in my earlier Summoner Duels video I talked about this Vantage strategy used in this game mode. Very funny and unexpected. So I finally maxed out the favor level of my Ephraim, so now I could remove him from the team because he had no business here, as explained before. And the team you're going to see now is very close to my ideal team. Let me show you that. This is indeed AOE-Vantage Micaiah, using life and death for obvious reasons. Of course, this Micaiah is not highly invested. You want some flowers and trade fruit plus attack. There is a reason why I do not want to use that is because right now I don't see myself using her in either race defense or offense. So there is no reason for me to go that far just for this game mode, even though I like it a lot. There is also a C slot that you need to change. Again, if you have a fodder and if you're going to do that, it's probably times post the best. And the reason for this is because times post allows for more team flexibility. To set up the Blazing Flame, especially at turn 2, you need Secret Maneuver. You need also ally support Raphael, infantry post. Sabotage resistance is very important. Any skills that triggers depending on adjacency, as I explained before, is very important. I always wanted to try multiple shields, and this is what I did here. But apparently it's probably a mistake. In the future, I will put Fortress Death Res 2 in the seal, because in some matches you are going to see some people would have 46, 47, 48 resistance. So Sabotage Res is not going to target the important foes, and that's a big problem. So because, like I said, I do not have times post on Micaiah, I have to use Brave Arm. Well, I'm not going to lie, he's pretty good, so I don't mind using him. Drag back for obvious reasons. But if you are going to use times post on Micaiah, another option, if you don't have Brave Arm or don't want to use him, I can recommend Legendary Lilina. She has a super strong AOE, so like I said in my previous videos, AOE is very important because you get easy one-hit KO, especially if you're going to use a tank like Ashe. Mine is pretty good because Pavis is strong against Erika. Deflect Magic is strong against, let's say, Ninja Corinne or the new Winter Lysithia. But if for some reasons they survive and they can kill her despite Pavis, thanks to AoE, you kill them, one hit KO. So AoE is very important. If you have multiple AoE special, that's very good. So here, Speed Death Link, attack opening. I choose Speed Death Link just in case some people use Brave Actor, and some Brave Actors I have seen are very strong. Max Flowers, Summoner Support, hitting close to 40, not 40, but 35 speed. So 36 speed is good, but with some buffs and Desperation Ready with double Ardent Sacrifice, she can double hit Brave Actor, especially with Blazing Flame. Another version of this offense team, which I have never used yet, makes use of Legendary Eliwood for bonus doubler. But I have a preference probably for that team because this one relies too much on Micaiah, and this one has Ashe. She gives wonderful movement, teleportation, and eventually she can help me stall a little bit the time for me to trigger Ardent Sacrifice twice, because sometimes it's needed. So I can play a bit more, but I don't really have the time at this moment. So I'm just going to show you some matches I have done yesterday. And I also explained in my earlier videos my preferred order of actions. So I'm not going to repeat this in this video. So this is a defeat, and there is probably a big reason as to why. This is Duolin. She has plus 10 merges, plus 10 flowers, and max flowers and summoner support. I calculated it, and to get those stats, you need summoner support plus 10 max flowers. Not only that, she's not like the typical lane you're going to see, because AD Far Trace, attack death rain, it's a -7 attack on Micaiah, who is not highly invested, and she lacks plus attack IV. So this Micaiah is probably not one-hit KO Duolin. So we started with a smite. I knew there was a possible smite or shove somewhere, but Ephraim is not going to kill her, probably because Pavis is strong. So I believe in her not to die. But in case she dies anyways, my Micaiah can kill Ephraim. Here I made a big mistake, and that's probably the main reason as to why I lost. It's the order action, the priority. It should have been Bernadetta moving here and then moving Micaiah last to trigger Ardent Sacrifice in order to get Desperation ready. And the reason why I need Desperation is because of that thing. Destin stands Idun very highly invested, and I need Desperation if I want to kill Idun. Because I was expecting one of these units, probably either Ephraim, Lyn, or Ursula, being smited forward and being protected by Farsafe. So I really need Blazing Flame to target one of these, and even without a Blazing Flame targeting Idun, I know she dies because double effective damage is super strong. And here I made another mistake, which probably cost me the match here. So I have to make up for the mistake earlier, turn 1, because I forgot to use sacrifice, Ardent Sacrifice, so I have to do it right now. But now, instead of moving here with Raphael and dancing Micaiah, which could eventually means that I am going to sacrifice Raphael to either Ursula, Lyn, or Ephraim, I did this. And so there is a shove, and now I dance Micaiah, but I knew it was all over because looking at those stats, it's obvious Lyn would survive Micaiah. And they decided to attack Micaiah, and this is over. Yeah. So yeah, I really did a big mistake here by moving Bernadetta. I don't really know why I did this. So this team definitely reminds me and you probably, because I'm pretty sure you have seen the tournament and the winner being Elder V, who used that thing, Ardent Sacrifice Pala, Bernadetta with bonus double Hollywood. However, this one here has Henriette as Farsafe, and this Pala doesn't have distant counter, so I believe this is a Pala made specifically to counter melee units. And there is Ash. So I always start like this, triggering Ardent Sacrifice and moving Ash here. Always the first one to move Micaiah, then the second is Ash. And then a dance, and I move Micaiah using the teleportation allowed by Ash, if I can. So here I decided, however, to trigger Ardent Sacrifice a second time, just in case she missed a one-hit KO against Henriette, because Henriette is very powerful. And I don't want to see Henriette one-hit KO Micaiah with minus resistance. So despite not touching Henriette with Blazing Flame, I knew she couldn't survive double damage effectiveness. So from here, this is game over. So next one, and this is what I was talking about also. Highly invested units like this Nifo. To get those stats, not only you need plus 10 Nifo, but also max flowers and summoner support. It's a very strong one. And you have Destined Stance, Ether Guard, Fast Save, and this one is also very scary. And you have Flame, Attack Rest Tactic, so here I decided to use drawback immediately on Micaiah just to give me an advantage with respect to the area control, because there is no dancer here. And because I was confident with my Micaiah. And here I probably underestimated or maybe overestimated Micaiah, because I had a feeling she would die to Micaiah, especially with res debuff, and yet she survived. Again, this is likely because of two things. One is summoner support and the other one is that thing. This is probably the two reasons. So here I danced Arm and I tried to attack Leviathan. I was thinking Arm would one round this Leviathan, and it wasn't the case. So I decided not to attack. But at some point my opponent made a mistake, because, it's not like a mistake because I was already winning, so he had to do something, but because you moved Leviathan here, she wasn't protected by Caduceus Staff, so that was over. Oh, and this one is kind of special. Let me show you that. It's not something you see very often. Why on earth do you want to do this? I never see water sweep. The moment I saw that, I was really scared. Oh no, Micaiah, not this, not this, not this. So I had to move very carefully here, because the real danger here again is Yuri. The others, no problem. Rhea may eventually survive Micaiah, but Arm is here to take care of her. The real danger again, Yuri. And I have to make sure I keep an eye on him. So both would have reposition. you can reposition forward Happy or Rhea, but I believe in Bernadetta to survive Happy without special ready, so I don't even understand why you use Luna. I would not do this. I think Moonbow is better than Luna. Precharge special is very strong. It's also in this mode. So here very often you see I let my opponents get the advantage of the area control by having more units, so they get some points eventually sometimes, but I'm not too scared about this because Micaiah is a captain, so the point is killing everyone with Micaiah, so the points I lose here, I will get them back by killing them one by one. And here this is probably a weird move because precharge Moonbow, one hit KO. Drag back. And here probably I made the calculation and I think I understand why my opponent surrendered. Because my arm survived with 2 or 3 HP, something like that. So he cannot kill. But even if Yuri kills arm and retreat with Kento, I can easily snipe Yuri with Bernadetta. And doing so means that I win because no one could survive Micaiah otherwise. Maybe Constance? And here also another big piece of meat. So at first glance, looking at the team, for me it was very easy. I thought about this, okay, Peony, Hinoka, Lysithia, Fjorm, okay, those are all jokes. I can easily take care of Fjorm, no problem, especially if Blazing Flame targets her, it's game over. This, however, with this, and this, it's very scary. Also, like I said before, 40 end resistance is too much for Raphia, so this one chill attack is a mistake. So the dance happened, and I always try to move my allies carefully when I see they have a dancers, because I don't know which one is going to be repositioned forward, etc. So here I was ready to threaten my opponents. But that doesn't mean I wanted to attack, because like I said, I was really afraid of that one not being affected by sabotage. So I moved arm here just in case they want to attack with Sigrun and dance, which they apparently tried to do, so I accepted the challenge and attack everyone, and Sigrun now is kind of hurt. She's danced, and now I also dance arm because I was obviously expecting her to attack my Micaiah. So yeah, she's dealing 0 and I am not surprised. So that was the plan. I knew it would look something like that. And obviously Peony cannot kill my Ashe because she has deflect magic. So here another loss. And that's because I underestimated Erika. And in fact, I wasn't looking carefully at her, but she has 50 HP. Why? Because typically she has 40 HP, right? And the reason why she has 50 HP is because Again, people use Summoner support. And why? Why do you have 32 resistance? Erika shouldn't have 32 resistance, and that's because of this. Plus 3 HP, plus 4 resistance. So I calculated everything to get those stats with plus 3. It's 5 flowers, plus Summoner support, plus Legendary Water, res plus 4. So this Erika was stronger than expected. So here, big threat. I wasn't sure if they wanted to dance Lysithia because I think Lysithia would easily kill Ash. But even if that happens, she's not going to activate Trace. So Bernadetta would kill Lysithia no problem. And here I placed Micaiah forward because, like I said, I was trusting Micaiah. And here you see she has no buff. And the reason is because I forgot attack opening and I used the wrong C slot for my Bernadetta. And because of that, well, I knew attack speed menace would affect Micaiah, but like I said, I was overly confident. And I was thinking she would have no problem even without buff and without, due to the attack speed menace debuff, she could still destroy Erika, and no, because I didn't even look at the stats first, so kind of sad. And this one here is kind of disappointing. This is the first match using Micaiah, and I surrendered first second because Blazing Flame was cooldown 2, and the reason for that is because I forgot to use ally support Raphael with Micaiah, so I knew it wouldn't be good. So yeah, next time I'll try to show you something a bit different. I think I still have another variant of this offense team using AOE-Vantage. So I hope you like it, and we will see what happens next time with a new update. Maybe on the Summoner Duels game mode, which is very often and I like it a lot. So thanks for watching.